Coach, like, basically just giving us the keys to the offense, really. And like I said, I'm loving it. You know, you can change things when you want to. You know, you see the defense is not looking right to you. See some guy blitzing. You might want your receiver to do something different. Coach giving you the free will to do whatever you want to. Running can only take you so far, you know. And I feel like with this new era of teams and offenses in the league, I feel like we need that. And Coach Todd Monken, what I'm seeing his offense so far is looking tremendous.
Do you feel like you won't have to run as much and that'll maybe be scaled back a little bit?
Absolutely. Absolutely, especially with the receivers we have.
Lamar, is there something in this offense that you feel like will allow you to showcase an area of your game more than just, the running ability?
Less running and more throwing, I say.
This is a real turning point in Lamar Jackson's career. It's not just a new offense, it's a completely new approach. He finally got a true receiving core for the first time in his career, and an offensive coordinator who, and this is super important, treats him like an NFL quarterback. When I hear him talk about being excited to have freedom to make checks at the line of scrimmage, make adjustments when he sees something, I think to myself, this man been in the league for 5 years. Like, he couldn't do that before? I believe he can do it, but just wasn't given the chance. But he about to get the chance to prove it, and we'll see which way it goes. He talks about running less and passing the ball more as he attempts to shift perception once and for all. And I feel him. He got to be tired of all the constant disrespect. Despite achieving at every level, dude been doubted at every stage. When he was being recruited to college, coaches wanted to change his position. He chose the one school who promised they keep him at quarterback and develop him. But despite winning the Heisman, he slips down in the draft. Comes to the league, wins MVP, then got to fight like hell to get paid. Now, I don't agree with the whole not having an agent thing, but I do understand his hesitancy to trust one. If I was in his circle, I would have told him to start building a relationship like 4-5 years ago and just start with small projects. That way, by the time you're ready to negotiate the deal, you got somebody you built trust with to take care of that side. That don't mean go to sleep and not pay attention to your money, but it's nice to have somebody to help organize that stuff. Plus, when the media was dragging you every day this offseason, would have been cool to have an agent step out in front of them bullets. NFL agents could take a max of 3 to 4%, which is a lot of money on that level, but you buying back your time, buying back your peace of mind. Got somebody to communicate to the media, got somebody to tweet this out so you ain't gotta jump out there and do it yourself. But fortunately, it worked out and dude got the money he deserved. Cause I think people forgot how scary it is to face this dude. He done dotted up my team, he done ran all over my team, not to mention I was a fan already when he was at Louisville. But now I'm way off on a tangent, let me get back to the point. He wins the Heisman, wins the MVP, and then has to fight to get paid. And I know he got a lot of haters, but let's just take a second to empathize. You a Heisman Trophy winning NFL MVP, and dudes who haven't accomplished half of that get routinely ranked ahead of you. Why? Because those guys are viewed more as passers, and you get disrespected because you're viewed as a runner. In Hollywood, there's this term I'm sure you heard of called being typecast. That's when they see an actor do one thing well and say, that's all he can do. So every role he gets is just the same as the one before. But the actors who get the top level respect have opportunities to show a lot more range. Lamar's been typecast as a runner, and a lot of people don't view him as a true quarterback. And trying to break out of that box is possible, but it's risky. And that's where Lamar is in his career. Back in the early 2000s, Ashton Kutcher was the man. Some of y'all remember the show Punk, celebrity prank show on MTV. Now, Ashton rose to fame from a sitcom called That 70s Show, where he played a dude named Kelso who was a dumb, funny character. Since that's how he got big, he was typecast into that type of role. And twice he tried to break out of that typecast by quote-unquote changing the offensive playbook. First, he did a movie called The Butterfly Effect, which some people loved and a lot of people hated. Today, if you look at the user reviews, they really aren't bad. But in '04, people cared a lot more about what movie critics said. Then he tried his hand at yet another serious role when he played Steve Jobs in a movie called Jobs. Dude failed so bad he didn't star in another feature film until damn near a decade later. When he did return, he was back to doing romantic comedies and comedies. Basically, Kelso was back, but just older. So not only did he never truly escape his typecast, the attempt alone probably hurt his movie career. This could be Lamar if he had a down season. But you can't forget the exact opposite is possible. All right, man, real quick before we jump in, a quick word from today's sponsor, DraftKings. So the NBA Finals are here, which means this is your last chance to get in on the action this season with my partners over at DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings is bringing a high-stakes action to all the new customers. New customers who bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly on their DraftKings account. So one more time, new customers who bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly in their account. And one way you could use your $200 in bonus bets could be through DraftKings same game parlays, where you combine multiple bets all from the same game for a shot at an even bigger payout in the end. Now, if mobile sports betting is not yet available in your state, you can still get in on the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. They offer cash prize contests for almost every sport. So again, if bet's not available for you, this is a good alternative. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. To the new customers, use promo code FlemLo. Bet your $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And at that point, you're pretty much good to go. That's promo code FlemLo, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Shout out to DraftKings once again for sponsoring today's video. Without further ado, it's time to jump back in. This could be Lamar if he had a down season, but you can't forget the exact opposite is possible. Denzel Washington, outside of Malcolm X, for years played the good guy in every single movie. And like Lamar as a runner, he was great in that bubble, but he eventually got to the point where he wanted to show he could do more. When Denzel changed offensive schemes and accepted the playbook for training day, it was probably the biggest risk he ever took in his career. To that point, his career had been built on his ability to portray good guy characters with dignity and grace. But that one type of role he'd proven to be great at couldn't by itself get him to the top level. He needed to show the range that he was a full actor, like Lamar needs to show that he's a full-fledged quarterback. With Denzel, bro, the ability was obviously always there. He just needed the opportunity to show he could do more. And I don't know which way it'll go, but if I had to bet, I'd say in that way, Lamar's probably a lot like Denzel. Seems like the football world as a whole still thinks Lamar Jackson only works in a very specific type of offense. This offseason, he was available for 2 firsts and a big boy contract, a price teams would easily pay for a 26-year-old MVP. But we just kept hearing, yeah, but you gotta build a whole offense around him, as teams obviously believe he can't function in a traditional scheme. This is despite the fact that he ran a pro-style offense in college. And that was college, but how can you be so sure that he can't do it in the league? All while simultaneously making projections every year about dudes who had a whole lot less success in the college game, based on a strong arm and athleticism. 2 things Lamar has in spades, but he's undervalued by most of the league thanks to the typecast that he's fallen into. But this upcoming season is a big opportunity for Lamar to finally break his typecast. Will he fail miserably and fall back for a few years and end up right back in the same role he started in? Or will he flourish in this new, more 3-dimensional role and prove that King Kong ain't got nothing on him? We'll see.
King Kong ain't got